What is up? It is AFALOZ on the daily. I am still pretty sick. Kuma is whining because he wants to go outside, but maybe I'll throw the ball with him out there for a little bit. I can't breathe though. I'm pretty sure I got COVID. Sucks. Of course, hasn't really gone away. This is gonna be so funny to like watching 10 years and the kids are like, how was COVID? Like, well, why you breathe? Why you talk like that? But I'm gonna try to do part 6, and let's see if we can do more than that. See if we can read for a extended period today, so we can kind of get a backlog. But it's 9:41, so I'm gonna stop at 9:52. All right, Book of Andakah, Parable 1, Pass, Part 6. We can do that, asked Ob, getting up slowly as she looked around, her siblings from the elevator grabbing a chair, and she ran up and attained one. Her brother Thor shook his head and said proudly, "You know there's enough for all of us, right?" Their mother chimed in quietly, "No, there isn't." A rush of panicked blood rushed through Thor's face as he ran towards the chairs, securing his spot. Everyone got a chair besides Sakura and Nabar, with Nabar immediately chiming in as his siblings finished setting up their seats. "If this is some play to see who has a seat on the board, you're losing your mind, old woman." His tongue flared on the word old. She giggled and ignored his statement. Seven got up, her heart racing. She could hear her blood rushing through her throat and up her brain. That spot on her neck she loves to stare... That's a weird one. That spot on her neck she loves to stare at, she felt it pulsing. Definitely gotta rework that. What the fuck's up with the announcement, Nebulizer? Seven asked her brother. She stared at him from across their mother. None of your business. I take my position seriously. Fighting isn't necessary anymore. I have the Nudars. I have the Nudars family name. They gave me the position under Celine. I have dual board seats, and with the way Seven has handled the build, and with the way you have handled the build out, I think I have some improvements I need to handle personally. No more distractions, Navar said as his nanites ruffled his protective layer. Look at this guy showing off the old raiment, huh? So cool. I'm just gonna say it, Nebulizer. Nebulizer has too much power. A seat on our board and a seat at Silkotor. You could have turned it down, Seven blurted out. The family stared at their siblings. Their mother continued to drink her juice. This killed him. You know that, right? Seven, their mother roared. Nabar had already unleashed his left signet. A sight formed around his hand and wrapped around his shoulders and lashed into his eyes. Seven faced behind her brother and pointed her staff at her brother. Should I turn on my signet, brother? I see yours is on. Always a temper, big brother. But I've been me far longer than you. Seven giggled. She held her stomach and shut her nanites off, putting her staff back into her earrings. If Mom wasn't here, I'd have shown you some new tech. Really blow your mind away with these advancements we made at the lab. Of course, you'd have known that if you didn't have your rights revoked. Gee, I wonder how many board members don't have access to their corporate intel. She wiped away a tear and sat back down to her seat, scratching the floor with her legs as she thrusted herself onto it. My bad. How about we get off to a better... She was cut off by the ding in the elevator, their lawyer Agatha Zulin and her associates. The Adams took out more pillows for the lawyers and the siblings. As the lawyers sat down, the family got settled into their positions. Miss Alhafazudalos, if we're all ready, we have the remaining paperwork. This location is, of course, the most secure and the only place designated for the third position of the reading. Agatha loosened her tie and crossed her legs. If you will excuse me, this one is lengthy and we have to submit the individual wills. We have my associate to the left, Gasgao, and to my right is Niraka Niraya. They are going to hold your individual wills. To be clear, there are 2 versions and we are instructed to destroy the non-chosen ones. Now, once I read the will, it will make more sense. But does anyone have any questions or wish to do anything prior to the reading? She said as she took out 3 containers. Mr. Gao got one and Miss Naraya another, with Agatha getting the last and largest box. Anything? Seven, Nabar, Juniper, Ob, Thor, anyone? Their mother looked around. One by one, the children shook their heads no, with Seven and Nabar not making eye contact with their mother as they gave a thumbs down. It looks like you can start, my dear. Go ahead. And children, please no interruptions. These were created by your father recently. At the advent of the shell and pearl discovery by Seven and your father, these have been enhanced with advancements we have made since we created those, but nothing has been altered. I have not heard any of it, and we use a third... That's wrong. We use a third party, but I have been warned that his age showed in his letter. Take that as you are, their mother said with oscillating octave of emotions she mustered through. Thank you, Miss Alhafa. Gas, Naraka, if you may please go ahead and use your keys to open the containers. Agatha said as she shook her necklace off, the other two following, 2 crescent moons and a round object that combined to be a key for the intricate containers. The accents on it showed a detailed and master craftsman that endured with its work. Agatha placed a small coin into the large box and it opened, jewels and paintings and carvings changing and interweaving as the box blossoms open. No one paid attention, but Seven and Navarre knew it was something to that box. Seven's intuition told her to record it. I think that should only be Seven because of like who the main character is, but whatever. Seven's intuition told her to record it, to study the box. She instructed her system to record it and create it back in her lab for the inspection. The box opened and the associates reached in and handed out shells to the family members. Then a very large shell was brought out. The associates dusted it and poured Caspar water on it. Make it shimmer and open up. Agatha then pulled out a giant pearl. It was a huge golden ball of a pearl. She placed it on the center and made a screech as it sparked off the mouth of the shell, the sound forcing Aaron and Juniper to cover their ears. Agatha then placed the 2 crescents into the pearl and it opened up, showing a screen that only Agatha's eyes could see. How could you force me to believe this, Adam, Father? Why would you not give me access to the eyes? This is ridiculous. Seven bit her lip and pinched her sides as her tears rolled down her face. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Agatha cleared her throat and used the crescents to link with the document. She looked around before she spoke, shaking her head in acknowledgement to each member that their eyes were integrating well with her rather large shell. The pearl spun and Agatha handled the field with her 2 crescent and began to broadcast her father's final will to them. If Agatha's reading this, I am dead. To be dead, what's that even really mean? What about the memories you can access? The pearls I've given you as a personal goodbye for each of you. Is this not me? You can enter the space in which I record this message and see me as I am. Yet I do not know if you are here. But in my heart you are here and therefore you are here. Talking with me one last time, one more chat by the fire or water, wherever we may be, alone or on a family outing, you are there, able to relive it again, your present creating my present, a connection that's infallible as space. We are here now, at the precipice of everlasting life. I trust you all to do your part to keep our standings high. We must be at the right location. Just imagine the advancements we could make if we keep this in-house. I've instructed your sister Sevi on what she needs to do next to further align us with our goals. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be able to talk to me. Maybe an old school hologram kind of vibe. Holy ghost popping out of bushes vibes. I digress. To think young is for the youthful and those who wish to be inspired. And as of now, I find myself wanting neither of those. Again, if one could relive it all, would it be worth it? Would it lose its meaning? What is it? Age. It's getting to me. I hope one day one of you shall rid of this disease. Yet, I have not divulged to you the full intention of what is to happen. As you all know, we are part of the collective, and to be part of it, you need to do certain things to build rapport and trust. It has been the ways of those who keep a leap and landed here. We discovered something. It's a rock of sorts. The rock is a hot spot. It's all I can be sure of. By that, I mean it might be the Frisorial fragment our people have been searching for this. For eons all to complete a ritual. If it is, then it is a requirement by the 9 to perform this ritual. I envy you all to be a part of this, to witness it. What I tell you now shall not escape this pearl. This pearl will be destroyed by Agatha after this, ensured by Sevi. I think that's going to be by Nan, their mom. The flesh of time is a ritual. To eat it is to consume the ritual. Live it, become it, give yourself away to it. It's intense, but the payout is out of this world. You have lived your lives to get to here, to outlive your old man, to become the new leaders. Not a city or a slice of a planet, but space itself. You will become infallible. As you know, Gauss and Narat, if they're still employed, They're going to hold your choices. You participate or you don't. You'll be compensated and place a seat on Leviathan, but you will not be a founding member, nor would your family members. I understand that may be a shock to you, but again, this is a costly life. I need to reword that better. It's supposed to be, if you say yes, you can have a seat. If you say no, if you have a seat, if you say yes, you become a founding member. Nice. The fact that Sevi has mastered her body imitant resonance nerve, she can now relate to whoever she chooses. People still believe this technology only applies to their vehicles. The more we place ourselves in the right position, the more we are chosen as the one true family. So think hard before you turn this offer down. Navarre and your mother Nan had already started this ritual. They will be able to answer any questions you may have in person. Again, think this through after you hear the details. It's everything. I love you all, and Align Invocar, Align Invocar, Align Invocar. Agatha took off her sync and put the crescents back into the lock. A ticking and phasing action happened to the box, and it closed, each bit of itself eating itself until it disappeared. The two next to her strained up even more than they already had, and what the hell? And waited with their hands in their bags. Okay. I think that's pretty good for, I think this is part 6, right? They say this is part 6? Yeah, this is part 6. I feel like I can still read, so let's do part 7. But this is a spot. So I tried to record this before with like the OBS so I can show you like what the web page looked like and like me reading it, because like my voice isn't that clear. But the mic just wasn't working. And honestly, the tradition of the old is always to have an oral transfer of stories. So this might work even better, where we can't like solidify it with the words in the back, and then you can just kind of just disregard my voice. So I think this is better. It still kind of functions the same way as I've been doing my AFALOZ on a daily while I'm like talking to the camera. So yeah, I think I like it this better, but I still am gonna get a better camera just so I don't have to hold this, because this is kind of annoying. And it'll if I can like pinch it on me, it'll be a little bit more consistent. Right now I'm not pinching it on me because I don't want to like accidentally move, because like forget it and then like it knocks the camera. We already like kind of broke this one. I don't know if you like buying another camera. This one's doing it great, so hopefully I don't break it any further. But anyway, thank you for listening, and if you like what you hear, go to our website and catch up on the Book of Andakah. After I do some recordings, I'm gonna continue typing out Parable 2. So the funny thing is, I posted this on September 22nd, right? And then I took like 3 days off, and then on the 25th of September, I started Parable 2, started writing it, and I wrote like 1,000 words, and then I got so busy at work, and I just like could not muster I just couldn't like put myself to like not only do all the shit that I'm doing at work, but then take like another hour or two to type, and then not have time to like just lay down and like hang out or like watch a movie or like play a game with you guys. So I just chose like not to write anything, but then I realized that it is the end of November and my deadline is September 25th for the next chapter, and I didn't want to like release a chapter with 1,000 words. So I started writing a few days, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and now I'm at like, I don't know, like 12,000, 13,000, and it's moving, the direction, the sequences are flowing. So I do want to like slow down and like add more, but I decided that I'm gonna write 3 parables first, and then go back and edit. Like I'll do like a live stream, or that's what I'll live stream, like me editing the chapters, And then once I'm done editing the 3 parables, I'll get back on and writing parable 4. So hopefully we start editing parables 1, 2, and 3 by next summer. That's gonna be my goal, is to have those parables done, and then over the summer we edit, and then after done editing, kind of kick back up on posting them again. But I do want to like take my time to actually like read it over again, and update as I go. And then of course I'm going to be like doing my readings. So I'm really trying to like not be scrolling like TikTok or Shorts or like Reddit and just like wasting my time. So what I'm going to try to be doing now, not saying it's going to happen overnight, but what I'm going to start doing now is, instead of like scrolling those things, I'm going to try and listen to these and get some of the stories back in my head, and just really like have this the only thing that's like circulating in my brain on what like my subconscious goal is pushing my conscious body towards, and it will hopefully refine my skills, my understanding of the story. And in between those, I'm going to also try to read more. I have such a huge backlog of books, so I'm going to try to read some of the... I just finished the Communist Manifesto. Dude, it's so short. Yeah, I didn't realize like how short it was. Everything like, I bought the book. I was like, oh, this is a pretty lengthy book. And the main portion of the length was the author's notes, or like the translator's notes, and like where they believe like this came from, and like what they were alluding to, or like what they were speaking about. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to read the fucking manifesto. But it's the same thing with there was another one that was like, oh man, it's another one of those books where it's just translators, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it's Utopia or Leviathan, where it's like it's just mainly translator notes. I don't know. I have to pick a book to start reading, just because I finished that one. But anyway, let's get to reading. Let's get to part 7.